Welcome back to the channel. It's Proverb, back with another Fortnite tutorial for you guys today. Today we're going to be going over how to fight defensively in Fortnite, what that looks like. We're going to keep it short and simple, kind of the basics. We'll go into more in some other videos, but right now we're going to keep it nice and simple and get you guys started so you can fight defensively and beat players that are better than you in arena and comp. Alright, so I've got three main pointers for you guys today if you're fighting defensively. First thing we want to go over is when you're going to be playing defensive. So basically the main times you want to fight defensively is anytime another player has an advantage over you. Whether it's health, if you're weak and they're healthy, if you got beamed, or if they're like really better than you, then you might want to play defensively there because it could give you a better chance of beating them. Alright, so the first pointer we want to go over today is when you're boxing up. So everybody knows just boxing up, you know, it's pretty simple. You're just going to take your walls, spin them around, you're going to have a cone and a floor above you. Alright, so this is the simple, it's called a 1x1, simple boxing strategy, just to protect you from all sides and angles. Most of you probably already know this, Again, like I said, we're going to be starting with the basics. So this is good, but we want to improve on this. So number one, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a second box right next to it. And we want to make sure we have this wall in the middle. Leave it edited like this so that you can run around freely in between it. The main reason you want to make sure you have this wall in the middle is because if an opponent is coming and they're trying to take your wall, what they can do is they can take this wall, and if that wall isn't placed, they can get the wall behind you, so you're stuck on both sides. So make sure you're fully boxed. Keep it a 2x1. 2x1 is much safer because let's say an opponent is pressuring this wall right here. They take the wall. It's not yours anymore. You can just run back, reset, and now you have your own box. You can box out back again. Get another box over here. You can go out to the right, etc. like that.
Whoa.
So that's the basics. You want to start with more than one box. Make sure your walls are edited like this. The reason why you want to make sure they're edited like this and not like this or like this is because say your wall's edited like this and someone's pressuring your wall right here. Let's say you've got a ramp in here because they steal your wall and now you have to get over here. If your wall's like that, obviously you can't get through. So what you're going to have to do is reset this, then edit it again. You don't want to have to do that. It's too much trouble. If you just keep it edited like that, you're good. You can just go straight through, run through like that. Even if you have the ramp back like this, you can still run straight through, no issues. Even if the wall is edited this way and you're holding your ramp, you can still run straight through. So that's the basics. Now, point number one, I kind of avoided doing this correctly in the beginning. We'll get into zone real quick. So that's the basics of how to box up. You want to make sure you've got your two boxes. That's point number one. Point number two is don't build in wood like I just did. Anytime you're in the game, you want to be using brick first. So we're going to talk about hard mats. Hard mats are brick and metal. They have a lot more health than wood. So you want to make sure you're using your brick and metal up first, especially in a fight. So what that's going to look like is make sure you have it bound so you can switch between your materials. Get used to it. And then you're going to box up in brick. You can come over here. Make your other, your 2x1. Now you can fight out of this. If someone's pressuring a wall, you've got a lot more space to move around, take some shots on them. hopefully get out and heal up. Again, you want it to be in brick because, as you can see, brick has a lot more health. You can't two-shot brick. They're going to have to hit it 3 times unless it was just placed or edited. But if it's fully built, it's going to have a lot more health. Another thing you guys want to do is have your heal button bound to something easily accessible. So right here you can see edit or repair. Now one thing that can really save you in a fight is if someone's pickaxing your wall a bunch of times trying to take it and you're worried they're going to take it. Oh, I can't pickaxe that one. Is you can keep repairing it. So mine is 2 to repair. It's going to cost a couple mats and it's going to heal right up. Now they've got to keep whacking it. So every time they have to whack it, you can just keep repairing it as they're going. So that's the next point, is build brick or metal when you have it until you run out. Alright, so we made it back into zone, and now it's time for the final tip in this video really quickly. So we see we're back in another brick 2x1, box up like normal, ready to fight someone if they come. Shoot at us, take some peeks, etc. You know, go for a little edit shot, a little piece control, something like that. But before we do that, one final thing you always want to make sure when you're boxed up is you should always have a cone in your box. It doesn't have to be brick because because it doesn't really matter that much. It's not going to get broken as much. But you always want to have cones in your box. Now, this might be so obvious to some people, it might not be so obvious to others, but the reason you want to have a cone in your box is because it is very important to have control over all the pieces around you. So when you're talking about Fortnite, there's this thing called piece control. Basically, piece control is having the ability to control the pieces around you at any time, and you can use that to give yourself advantages when fighting other players, etc., etc. The thing with defensive piece control is you're playing defensive tactics to avoid allowing them to take control of your box. So the reason we do this is because let's say you're boxed up in here, an opponent is pressuring your wall trying to take it. Let's just say they take it first try. Now all they have to do is do a little edit like that. Boom, you're boxed. And if their gun shoots, you're probably dead.
Using a hammer.
So that's number one. Another reason is they don't even have to take your wall for them to be able to ramp or cone you. They can simply crouch in, look down, and they've got a cone in your box. Now you're stuck. Now you're in trouble because the second they take their wall, you have nowhere to go. And you have to instantly rebox, etc., etc. So you want to make sure you're taking your cones in your box so that they can't take them from you. That's the main reason. Now, you might not run into this against average players, but good players will definitely try to do this against you. It's pretty easy to get the hang of if you want to do it yourself. Just try it out. All you're going to do is pull out a cone or ramp, crouch, look down and slightly to the left, place it, and there you have a ramp or cone in someone's box. So, those are all the basic tips to help you get started. This was focused mostly on how to box up. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to fight from a box. So, how to turn a defensive situation into an offensive situation and tilt the fight in your favor. Now that you've got it, now that you've got hopefully some of the edits down that you're going to be using, how to rebox, you know, everything really nice and quickly. Now that you've gotten comfortable in your box, especially with a cone, a lot of people don't like fighting with a cone in their box. It's uncomfortable at first, but once you get used to it, it's very important that you have it. So that's all for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember, subscribe, like the video, comment if you need help with anything else, and I'll try to cover those topics. Next video, like I said, is going to be how to fight from your box, how to take shots on your opponent, maybe piece them up, and how to turn the fight in your favor even if they're better than you or if you got off to a rough start, they beamed you, whatever the case may be. But again, thanks. Until next time, guys. Peace.